Are there certain defensive phrases that you see as red flags when a writer gets notes back and you kind of can already tell they're going to go there, and how to coach them so that they don't ruin their relationship with whatever studio is hiring them because of this defensiveness, because of this, well, no, this isn't going to work, and it's just, there's no...
Yes. I would say, like, I'll never forget when I was a studio executive, there was a certain circumstance where this happened, where we had the network, the studio, and the showrunners and the writer on the phone. And the writer was so defensive to the network notes. And it was my job to go to the writer and say, you need to really hear the note, understand the note, and then your best response that isn't going to put somebody on the defense or isolate someone is, I'll take a look at it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. That helps to, first of all, it helps, it's positive on the writer. It's saying that they're open. It's not saying they agree with the note, but it's saying they're open to take a look at it. And that's all people want to know. What I think the biggest thing writers have to think about when it comes to receiving notes on their script is, even if they don't agree with the note at face value, they have to understand there might be a note under the note. And the note they need to make to themselves is, something isn't working, and I have to figure out how to make it work. Because if this person who knows story is not getting it, then there's something going on in my process that isn't working. And just be open to that. I mean, the gift with writing, what I say to writers is, you have to recognize, first of all, what is the blank page is the only thing that is between them and a writing career. And how they fill that page is what makes the difference. So they can rewrite anything. Like, that's why I say to writers, I cannot tell you, it was my job, how many showrunners I had to talk off the ledge after they heard notes. And after they heard notes from the studio or the owner of the company, or I had to be the peacemaker. And I had to really help them to see, all right, at first, I think the writer's mind may go, oh my God, there's a total page one rewrite. Very often it's not. All it is really thinking about the note, understanding the note, and then if they're open to it, what I've seen, the best writer for me knows how to make the note and go beyond the note.
So, sorry.
And that takes openness. That takes advanced ability to really know, all right, well, I'm going to make that note there, and therefore that's going to affect a later moment. So I'm going to change that later moment so that it links with what I just changed. And they know how to do that.
Interesting. So it's not, okay, here you go, I changed this part, there you have it.
Right.
Now what's wrong?
Right.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes.
What are some of the common defense phrases, like, these are just suits, what do they know? I mean, that's being very crude, but I mean, what are some of the things that really they use as their wall when they receive these notes?
I think probably the biggest wall note is saying, you're wrong. I don't agree. I think that shows lack of openness and accessibility and desire to make the story better. So I think, when writers they'll say, I don't get it. And then the executive or the story consultant will go through it again. And I think, like, this is where I think it comes to the person giving the note. There's also tremendous responsibility. I am definitely a believer that if you're going to give a note, give an example. Show them what you mean so that they understand the note. So, I mean, there are many consultants who will say, I don't think that's my job. I'm not the writer. They're the writer. I am a believer. I come from the studio executive perspective, where clarity is key in the outcome of the story. So if you're going to give a note and give an example of why it's not working or what you mean by it, then you're going to have a stronger chance of getting the outcome that you want.